Jada Pinkett Smith threatened Will Smith's assistant, one of his own friends, to shut up or else? Oh, you know we got to talk about this. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and during this live, we were talking about this new update in the Jada Pinkett Smith saga. Now, if you guys, longtime viewers, will recall, we had an individual on this show named Brother Bilal. Now, a lot of you were sort of hesitant on this guy, and I was too. He was out on Tasha K's show, and he talked about that incident with Dwayne Martin in the closet with Will. Yeah, it went super viral. All this stuff happened. Brother Bilal was the guy who spread it. And I remember sort of calling him out in a way of like, why is this our business? Are you guys is he just doing this for money? And he actually came on the show. We had a really fascinating conversation. The videos did really well. I highly encourage you to go revisit them, because now that I saw this headline, it was starting to get some other media outlet. He's now suing Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, the irony here is, as we talked about in that old interview, as he talked about on Tasha K, he said to Jada, sue me, please. Now, as someone who's being sued currently and dealing with all the stress of that, it's not fun. No one wants to do that. But what's really telling is Jada never did. Jada and Will never actually followed through, but they kept threatening him of it. They kept doing all these sort of little moves and steps to sort of try to discredit and defame him, to try to call him a liar, to call him that he was just out there for the money and that he never was Will's assistant, that he never actually was friends with him, et cetera, et cetera. So Brother Bilal's fighting back. He's now suing for $3 million. The former associate claims he was physically threatened in 2021. Described himself as a best friend of Will Smith for nearly 40 years, worked closely with the multi-hyphenate on several professional and personal projects. And he was also included in photos and I guess text in the memoir, Will, which is, you know, if this guy really wasn't there, that's strange. They also worked together on some movies and stuff. In a complaint obtained by People, Brother Bilal Salam, his last name, alleges that Pinkett Smith confronted him in the lobby of the Regency Calabasas on September 25th, 2021, while he was attending a private birthday celebration for Smith. The suit alleges that Pinkett Smith was accompanied by approximately 7 members of her entourage during the confrontation. Brother Bilal's complaint claims that Pinkett Smith has become verbally aggressive and threatened plaintiff by stating that if he continued telling her personal business, he would end up missing or catch a pew, pew, pew. He also alleged that Pinkett Smith demanded that he sign a non-disclosure agreement or else. After the alleged incident, Jada's team followed Brother Bilal to his car while continuing to issue verbal threats, the complaint claims. 6 months later in 2022, he claims he refused a request from a mutual friend to assist with crisis management following the Academy Awards. During the ceremony, Smith had the slapper heard around the world with Chris Rock. Plaintiff refused to perform tasks he believed were illegal, unethical, or morally compromising, stating his conscience wouldn't allow him to be involved in any cover-up or deceptive PR campaign. This is fascinating because I'm like, well, wait a second. What were they trying to have him do? Why wouldn't you help with the PR? I mean, that was one of the biggest pop culture stories of the decade. Of course he needed a crisis PR, but does this imply that they wanted him to do something shady in an attempt to cover it up? I'm dying to know more about what that actually means. He claims that after he refused, though, to help, I guess maybe they were trying to get him more on their side, he got threats. And then Smith and Pinkett Smith's circle was a target of a retaliatory campaign that was launched against him. He alleges that he faced further threats after it was discovered that he was writing a whistleblower memoir about his time with the Smiths. I'm curious if that was before or after the refusal, but either way, once they heard about this memoir, the tell-all memoir, apparently that's when they got even more into a smear campaign against Brother Bilal. After then, he did an interview that went viral with Tasha K. He also was here on Popcorn Planet. During that interview, he alleged he walked in on Smith engaging in an act with actor Dwayne Martin. Rather than pursue legal recourse or report actual crimes, defendant intentionally and maliciously engaged in a smear campaign through nationally broadcast interviews. Appearing on The Breakfast Club, Pinkett Smith laughed off the claim shortly after. "Let me just say this," she told the host. "It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense." Salam is using, she also in the interview is like, yeah, of course it's nothing. And then he's like, well, I don't even know all the facts. Like I remember we had Christopher Melcher on that episode going through the interview, and Jada Pinkett Smith completely puts her foot in her mouth. You can go, I think it's even if Jada puts foot in mouth in an interview with Breakfast Club. She absolutely messed up. And even Melcher was like, this is not good. This will only help Brother Bilal's case. So all of this came out, and then she was on TMZ saying she was going to sue him. She never mentions him by name, but it was very clear who she was referring to. So he's saying all of this, he's suing for intentional infliction of emotional distress, claiming that Pinkett Smith said during an interview that he was trying to shake her down, yada, yada. But here's the reality. After she said, we'll sue him, he's going to sue him, she never did. Defendant never filed a lawsuit. The statement was false, reckless, and made with malicious intent to manipulate public opinion and damage plaintiff's character. Bilal's complaint claims that due to Pinkett Smith's alleged actions, including the alleged attempts by the actress or emissaries to bribe, intimidate, Brother Bilal suffered damages like financial loss, reputational harm, emotional drama, physical health, etc., to the complete derailment of his personal life and career. He's seeking $3 million in damages. Now, as we went through this document, first of all, there's a recent transcript that we saw that shows she's shown up to fight this. Her lawyer went to court. They're transitioning it to a new department, and then he's having trouble serving her. They're making it hard for him to serve Jada Pinkett Smith. While the lawyer accepted old servings, he refused to take future ones, saying, basically implying like, good luck, go and find her. But the fact that this high-profile lawyer showed up to face Brother Bilal, who's doing this pro se, it was all quite telling. And there's a lot of other sort of evidence and stuff that he's claiming he has, pictures and so on, that provide the fact that Jada's not telling the truth. Now, I spoke to him. We have a lot more of these filings. One of them, which is interesting, here's like the whole filing is here. We went through it on the live if you want to go back and check it out. But there are some responses to a restraining order that Bilal sent to Jada. And in it, these people that he's alleging told her to basically threaten him are saying, no, that's not the case. To show both sides of this, they're out there. This is Charlie Mack. I was a close friend of Will Smith's for 4 decades, several years throughout the relationship. I had dealings with Jada because of my position in their circle. They know that I have direct evidence of conduct that could expose them to criminal liability, imprisonment in recent years after refusing to assist them. This isn't that. This is he's saying this. This was Brother Bilal. Sorry, I'm wrong. There's a million of these documents. It was this one. Sorry. That was Brother Bilal saying that he was being harassed and threatened. Here's Charlie Mack saying, I knew Brother Bilal. We were friends. We were friends with this other guy. We became concerned over Mr. Bilal's mental state. He has acted in a bizarre manner, imagining things that never happened. I understand that he stated on December 14th, acting as an employee of Miss Pinkett Smith in her direction, contacted Brother Bilal through blah, 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 and I threatened physical harm if he did not stay out of the country or if he talked to Jada or Will. This is all completely false. I am not Miss Pinkett's employee. She did not direct me to contact Brother Bilal. I initiated contact all on my own because I was very worried about him. We had a 3-way conversation, but in no time did I threaten him on that call. To the contrary, I told him, notwithstanding the negative things he'd said about me, that I loved him, I forgave him, and was concerned about him. Mr. Bilal said he hoped he would feel that way in the future. I repeated that I would always love him, but he needed to seek help. That conversation was positive and friendly. So he's claiming all of it is false. In this document as well, Jada Pinkett Smith as well says, I never threatened or instructed anybody to harass him. Basically, he's like, it's all false. I've never spoken to him in over 5 years. I have not made any of the ridiculous threats he is accusing me of making. So here's where it's interesting, because they're both saying this and that, but this is a real case that's now heading to court. Okay. This is officially happening. The judges are deferring it to a new district. Brother Bilal has said, sue me. They haven't. So now he's like, all right, I'll sue them. And now he is. Will they settle? Will they come forward and be like, you know what? 3 million, 2 million, maybe we can get them down to is enough to get them go away? Or are they going to hold on to their morals and say, you know what? Let's prove this guy's full of crap. Let's go to court. Can they afford to do that? That's what's going to be fascinating here. So I want to keep on this case, and I wanted you to have a primer if we get back into it. We are currently in talks with Brother Bilal to bring him back in. And I said to him, dude, do you have evidence? I want to see what you actually have. Obviously, confidentially, et cetera, but so I can vet or vouch or say, guys, he has evidence. So stay tuned. We're working on it. What do you guys think? Are you surprised? Do you guys believe Brother Bilal? Are you surprised that Jada never sued him and now he's suing them? I want to hear your thoughts. Do you want him to come back? What are questions you might want to ask him? Tell me all this down the bottom below. Make sure you hit that subscribe and the bell if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up as well. Leave a comment down below as well. Let us know your thoughts. We got a lot more coming your way here on Popcorn Planet. We were live. We had such a fun show. So grateful to all the viewers. Like I said, we are still fighting Blake. Yes, we are. Stay tuned for more information. All I can say right now is if you want to help, if you're worried or you want support, please go to the Give Send Go. GiveSendGo.com/popcorn. It's in the comment again. This is how you can support us the best right now. We are not giving up our fight no matter what you hear. So stay tuned. But a lot more is coming here on the channel and more. So subscribe, stay tuned, whether you're watching live or the replay. I appreciate it. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.